Hey guys, it's Coach Sully from the Nanaimo Kettlebell Club, and today I want to show you how to do the Kettlebell Halo. The Kettlebell Halo is a pretty classic kettlebell mobility drill. We use it in our warm-ups all the time. Specifically, it's for shoulder mobility, but I do see some common errors when people perform this that I wanted to review, which include both the execution and the dismount. So first rule for the Kettlebell Halo, keep it light. The Kettlebell Halo is a mobility drill. We use it in our warm-ups. We use it in our cool down. We use it as a buffer between harder exercises. It's not intended to be intensive or challenging. The whole purpose for our Kettlebell Halo is to practice some shoulder mobility, okay? When we say the phrase shoulder mobility, basically all we mean is that we're trying to move a given joint, in this case the shoulder, through all its degrees of motion so that it's prepared for the work that we're about to put it through. Second rule, keep the kettlebell close to the head. No matter what exercise that you're doing with added load, usually we're looking to keep the weight as close to the body as possible so that we retain the most control of the weight. Now, especially when we're in an overhead position, it's a very precarious position for the shoulders for a lot of people. That's the whole reason why we do the Kettlebell Halo in the first place, is to try to regain some of that mobility and to maintain some of that mobility. So when we are moving that load around the head, we really want to keep it as close to the head as possible so that we don't get into wonky positions where we're putting excess strain on the rotator cuff, for example. Now, rules 3 and 4 are very related. Rule 3 is get deep. When we're doing mobility drills, we want to be moving through the fullest range of motion of that given joint. So when we're doing the Kettlebell Halo, that bell should be low enough that it's grazing across the back of the shoulders. Now, that being said, it shouldn't be so deep that it feels really awkward to get out of. It should still be a very smooth movement, but the bell shouldn't be hovering over your head. We don't want to be doing that. And that leads me to the fourth point, relax. When you have the bell suspended over the head, your triceps are engaged to resist that bell. We don't want to be resisting the bell. We want to relax those triceps, let the elbows flex completely, get into that hang position, and allow that bell to graze across the shoulders nice and smoothly without any restriction. When the muscles of the arms are tense, it's restricting the movement. We want to be loose. And that's a very universal concept in our kettlebell training, specifically our kettlebell sport training, is that we want to be able to be loose when we need to be loose. And then of course we want to be explosive and create a high amount of tension when we need to do those things. But in the Kettlebell Halo, it's a mobility drill, keep it loose. So the last point here I want to make is the dismount. When you're getting out of your Kettlebell Halo, I see way too many people putting themselves in really awkward positions where there's excess strain on the rotator cuff. You need, please, to stop doing this. I'm sure it doesn't feel good when you do it, so don't think that that's normal. It's not normal. Coming back to our rule of staying close to the head, keeping that proximity, this rule applies when we're getting out of the Kettlebell Halo. So let me show you my preferred method for getting out of the Kettlebell Halo. So most of the time I'm seeing people get out of the Halo from this deep position, and then they're trying to contort their body and get out of it like that. You shouldn't be having to manipulate your body position to get out of the Kettlebell Halo, and we shouldn't be loading the shoulders as we're getting out of it, especially depending on how heavy that weight is, because some people do this with the 16 kg. The method that I want you to use is you're just gonna hop it up to the shoulder, take this arm away, and now we're well supported, and you're just gonna pull that back down into your bottoms up position, which is basically the same way that we get into it, right? So when we get into the Halo, we can bring that into a bottoms up position. You can stack it on the shoulder, just slide it around behind and get the other arm on it, and then we're good to go, okay? So when we're getting out, it should be the reverse of that. Get it to the shoulder, take the arm away, nice and comfortable, and we're there. Don't try to dangle it off the body like that. It's not gonna feel good. So those are my tips for doing the Kettlebell Halo. That should help to make sure that you're doing it in a safe and effective manner. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do that. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.